Hello, hello. Happy Sunday, guys. How y'all doing? I hope you're doing good. I'm just kind of doing, I'm doing my, what's that? Okay, never mind. My watch is going jingle, jingle. I'm just kind of doing pretty good. It's been a busy day. It's been a busy, busy weekend for us. And after today and some of my actions, I guess I'll say, it kind of brought me to something that I thought maybe I needed to talk about, and I'm going to touch upon just a little bit. Talk about myself, my experiences, those types of things as far as carbs. Carb withdrawal, guys, it's a real thing. And I'm going to talk to you just a little bit about what I hear a lot from people, why some people stop doing it, and just talk about maybe how to push through it, how to get to the other side so that you're not reliant on the carbs so much. But if you're getting on here with me live, guys, if you're catching a red live up in the corner, I'd love it if you would just type live in the comments. Please let me know where you're watching from if you'd like to do that. You don't have to give me your address. State's good, town and state, whatever you want to do, okay? And like I said, if you're catching me live, just drop live in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. If you're catching me later on, it'll say was live up in the corner, and that's great. You're just catching Facebook's replay. And I love everybody who takes time out of their day to stop in, listen to me. My name's Jan. I do live in Southeast Nebraska. I go live nearly every day. Actually, it's been every day for quite some time. I try to drop some tidbits of helpfulness, I guess. I try to help as many people as I can who will take the time and listen to me, okay? That's kind of become one of my new drives and passions for a while now, okay? And I do share information similar to all of what I talk about on these lives, but more in depth, maybe more of it. I share recipes and all kinds of other stuff. On another page here on Facebook, it's called Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave. Dave is diabetic. I am not, but I consider myself diabetic because if he's eating for a diabetic diet and I live with him, I feel like I have to do it too. I don't want to cook 2 meals, number one. And number two, anything I can do to support him is great, right? So if you're not in that group and you'd like to be in that group, please drop group in the comments. I'll leave you a link. You can tap that link, request to join or you can just go to Facebook. The Facebook search bar is great. Type in Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave, yellow and blue banner, request to join. I'll get you added. Okay? So, like I was saying, guys, I love doing what I do. Okay? And I remember some of when we started. It's been a while back. But it's something that I hear a lot, okay? When people get started, they're frustrated and kind of all this kind of stuff. And a lot of times what our bodies are doing is they're going through like a carb withdrawal. Now, if you see or follow keto people, which, low carb to me really is a type of keto, okay? It can be dirty, or some call it dirty keto. Hey, Kale, some call it... like there's different levels of keto. Some people are very, very strict. Others are a little more laid back. And then I think you have the low carb or dirty type keto. Okay. But if you follow in the keto circles, they call it the keto flu. Okay. And basically what it is symptoms that your body can have because you're eating less carbs. Okay. Now, carbs can be in the form of the types of sugar, carbohydrates, okay? And sugars, flours, and those types of things all are carbohydrates. Now, a lot of foods have carbohydrates in them, and it's how many carbs are in that food that determine, like I was saying, like potatoes are a starchy, carby vegetable, whereas broccoli is not, okay? So if you're counting net carbs, which is what we do in the group, Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave, and like I said, I talk about how to count net carbs. I show multiple times, guys, how to count them, okay? But what happens if you're saying, I'm going low carb, okay? That's what we did. And we started counting carbs. And you can wind up with carb withdrawal, which is flu can be bad. It can, I mean, and I don't mean to scare you guys off, because it's worth it when you get through it. Okay, very worth it. But you can wind up with flu-like symptoms. Okay, I've had people say, oh, I can't do this today because I got the flu. And maybe a couple days later they'll feel better, and then they'll start again, and then they'll message me and they're like, oh my gosh, that flu came back. And it's like, no, it's what it really is your body detoxing, because sugar's a toxin. I'm just going to put it out there. Sugar and the flours, the breads, those types of things, they turn to sugar in your body. So, and sugar's a toxin, okay? I'm not going to lie. It is a toxin. So you can wind up with the flu where you're going to have symptoms like fatigue, headaches, muscle aches, just really bad stuff like that. You can even have mood changes, okay? Irritability, as your body is adjusting to the lower carbs, what your body is trying to do is say, it's almost like a drug. I don't want to give that up. So it's going to say, if you want to feel like you just felt, you need to put more of that back into your body. Okay. Hey, Roshanda. You can have digestive issues, okay? Constipation, diarrhea, different things like that. Cravings, I mean, intense cravings, because your carbohydrate, it's an addiction, okay? I'm not gonna lie, it's an addiction. I was there. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to just be eating candies and sweets and bread and pasta and all the things all the time. And then as you take that away, you're like, oh my God, I need that again. And it's crazy, okay? It really is, but it's so very true. So guys, if you're on here with me live, I'm seeing some eyeballs up there, but I'm not getting many people talking to me. I'd love it if you would drop hello. Let me know you're out there live in the comments. Let me know if you do low carb or maybe even keto. Have you ever gone through something like this? Okay. Now I'm going to tell you, hey, Peg, when you first start, I don't want to scare you off, because, when you first start, you're going to think, okay, I got this. It's not going to bother me, blah, 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 blah. And then, you're going to get some hunger. Sometimes it's cravings that mimic into hunger. You're going to think you're hungry, but a lot of times if you drink water or something like that, it'll calm those cravings down, or the hunger, what you think is hunger that is really just cravings. Water is something great too, because if you're feeling like the keto flu type symptoms, if you're feeling those things, water is your best friend, because what's causing that, guys, is all the toxins are they're bouncing off in there, and they're like, oh my gosh, you're not feeding me those things anymore. And your body needs to detox them. You've got to shove them out, whether it be through sweat, whether it be through, hey, Debbie, how are you guys? Whether it be in urine, whatever. You have got to push lots of water. And that's what you do when you're sick. So why not do it when it's the low carb discharge, whatever you want to call it, okay? So headaches are really, really common, which there again, you wind up not feeling well. And it's really easy when you get to that point to say, oh, forget it, I'm just going to have carbs. But once you get past that, the severe, and everybody's different, okay? Everybody's body is different. So how long it takes you to get through it, I think it took me a couple of weeks. It wasn't severe, but yet, one day you're thinking, okay, I got this. I made it to the other side. And then the next day you might wake up and you've kind of got that achy headache, and you're like, oh man, my body kind of aches. So you got to push the fluid again, okay? Water is the best thing, or electrolytes, okay? Now, I did use our duos, okay? Because They helped with cravings. They have a little bit of an appetite suppressant in them. And they're a mood boost. So I mentioned the things that the keto flu, or, you know, the withdrawal symptoms can cause. So definitely these helped me through that. And I continue them because they helped me so much mentally, and, you know, just the way I feel every day, I continue them, okay? Now, if you need information about the duos to help get you started, then you need to drop duos in the comments, okay? Now, I do even have a little bit of a meal plan that I feel like helps through the detox period, okay? And with a purchase of the duos, I can get you that meal plan. So that's something to think about, okay? Now, if you need information about that, drop duos in the comments, okay? Now, like I was saying though, what happens is it's never really, I mean, it's once you get through that phase, you're pretty good as long as you stay faithful. Now, I kind of posted this in my Diabetic Eats group with people who think Monday through Friday to do keto or low carb is enough, and then you just binge on the weekends. And that's not enough, okay? If you don't watch what you're doing on the weekends, all the work that you did for all 5 days through the week really goes down the drain. Because if you spike those carbs way back up, then on Monday morning when you think, okay, I'm back on the bandwagon now, it takes a few days to flush all that stuff back out of your system. So you're really not getting a full 5 days of what you want to do. So that kind of defeats the whole purpose. So we do try to stay low carb clear through the weekend. Now, I'm going to tell you straight up, I know for a fact tomorrow's going to be a rough day for me. Maybe even into Tuesday, because today was a total disaster for me as far as my eating. Dave's probably going to be the same. It's going to take us a few days to get back into where we need to be. We ate pizza. Yes, it was thin crust pizza, but we still ate it, okay? We had a birthday party for the grandson. That's what they were having, and I just said to myself, you know what? I'm not going to fix something and take something for myself. We'll get by. And then cake time rolled around, and we both had a piece of cake. So what that does to him is it's spiking his blood sugars. We're going to have to really kick it into gear, make sure that we get those blood sugars back down for him. Tomorrow, he's got to push fluids, make sure that he's staying hydrated. The more fluids you push in, the faster it's going to push those sugars on out the body, okay? Now, for me, with my low carb, what I have to do is basically the same thing. But what I'm going to notice tomorrow is my fingers are going to be swelled up probably, and I'll let you know tomorrow. But typically when I take too many carbs in like that, I already noticed it today. We ate the pizza and stuff for lunch. And then we went to not to the grocery store. We went to a store later on this afternoon. I had to grab some supplies. And I was that person that every time I went somewhere to any store, when I walked out of the checkout stand, where's all the candy and all the goodies in the checkout stand, right? And you're standing there usually waiting for somebody else to check out, and how easy is it to just grab a candy bar or grab this or grab that? And I'll admit it, I stood there and I'm like, oh man, some of that stuff looks really good. So that was my cravings. That's the carbs kicking the cravings back in, because I had eaten that. I dove down. My blood sugar was probably down a ways because of the carb decline. It's the crash. And when you dip that low, that's when the cravings kick in, okay? So I didn't give in to it, okay? I'll tell you that. I made sure I had water with me, and I grabbed a bottle of water instead, okay? So, but I know that tomorrow I'm probably going to be having cravings. So what I will do is plenty of water. If I do feel like I need to eat, I'm going to go for protein, okay? Whether that be beef sticks, boiled eggs. I'll fry myself some eggs, some type of protein, because protein is very filling. Even a protein shake, guys. And I do use protein shakes sometimes because they're a little bit sweet. Hey, Sandy. And they can curb that sweet tooth that I'm getting, because that's typically what I'm craving is sweets. So they will curb that sweet tooth for me, give me the protein, make me feel full, and then I get through it. Okay, so that's my advice, guys. But like I said, it takes time, and you have to be in the mindset of, I'm going to do this. Well, even if it takes me 2 to 3 weeks to get through what's, you know, that feeling of feeling sick, the feeling of, you know, irritability. That was, of course, I was always irritable before I started the products. I could fly off the handle at the drop of a hat. I did have digestive issues most of the time. I do take a great probiotic now that helps with those digestive issues even a little bit more. The products, the duos help with my digestive system, but then when I added the probiotic, that's the way to be. But the cravings and stuff like that, that's what I'm talking about. And that's what the duos helped us so much with. Hey, Tina. So, but in order to push through that, it can seem very daunting. Luckily, Dave and I did it together. I think it helps to have a buddy. I'm willing to be anybody's buddy if you need somebody to team up with and say, hey, I need help getting through this. I'm going to do the low carb. I'm going to do this. Can I, you know, let me know. Okay. Send me a message and I'll see what I can do to help you out. Now, like I was saying, guys, is it fun? No, it can't always be fun, but it's a short period of time. Even though it's going to seem long, it's going to be a short period of time in the grand scheme of your entire life. Okay. And when you get through to the other side and you don't have the blood sugar roller coasters, you don't overeat all the time, you don't crave the junk all the time, you don't have the carb crash headaches. I used to have terrible headaches, stress headaches, and those types of things in the afternoons, and I don't have those anymore. And that's the elimination of the toxins in my body. Okay, I believe it wholeheartedly. So, guys, if you need more information on stuff like this, okay, in my group, Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave, recipes, ideas, how we keep our lives low carb, how we cook low carb. Like I said, I got lazy today. I decided I wasn't going to do anything special for ourselves. And tomorrow I'm probably gonna pay for it. So, you know, and Vicki, I understand that my digestive issues are beyond that. I'm talking intestinal digestive issues. You know, like I said, Dave had a lot of them too, but we have pretty much got a handle on those now, so that's a great thing. And a lot of people, you know, it's something that you have to work with your body. You have to know your body, how it works, what it needs, and work with it. Like I said, some people can go with just a couple of days of the detox and the flu. Other people, it may stretch out 2 to 3 weeks, depending on your body, how fast you can detox it, and how true you are, I guess, to what you want to do. So like I said, that's part of the reason I love the meal plan. It's just a little jump start to use with our duos. I love giving it to people because it's full of what you need. Okay, we'll just put it that way. Okay, so I'm gonna get on out of here. I need to get a few more things done before the evening is done. Seems like I've been on the go all weekend and going, and that's exactly what I have been doing. So now it's time to transition back to daycare mode and get ready to go tomorrow. But guys, if you need any more information, if you want to chat with me one-on-one, feel free to message me, okay? Any questions, drop them in the comments. If you don't want to put them in the comments, send me a private message. We'll talk, okay? I don't mind talking about some of the things we've gone through, some of the things we've done, some of the changes we've made in our lives, and just trying to help as many people as I can. That's the big kicker. Sometimes I feel like we feel like we're stuck with the hand we were dealt, and there's no way to change it. And I'm here to tell you that we felt that way somewhat with Dave, and we did change it. We tried and we tried and we tried different things until we finally found the things that work for us, that work for him and me both. Like I said, the supplements have been a godsend to us. I won't go a day without them. He won't either. He did here recently, and he realized what an idiot he was. I shouldn't laugh about it, but about 2 to 3 days of not having the products, and he comes home and he says, why didn't you tell me not to do that? And I said, I tried to, but you didn't listen to me. So now you know that you need those things, right? And he's like, yes, I do. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Enjoy it. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, private message me. If you need to be in that group, Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave, drop group in the comments or just search it for yourself. That's great too. And if you need information on the duos, let me know. And we'll talk about the meal plan and everything else with that, okay? So enjoy the rest of your Sunday, guys. I hope you've had a fantastic weekend, and we'll chat with y'all later. Bye.